mental health, brought to you by Barber Behavioral Health, a service of Barber National Institute.
And we think these conversations around mental health are just so important, and so we love continuing this series for your mental health. Cecilia Hollins is back with us. Thanks for being here.
Sure, thanks
and
for having me.
We're talking about mental health in the workplace today.
Yep.
What does that mean?
Well, just wanting to bring awareness to the importance of employee mental health and why employers should think that that's important. Globally, there are 12 billion days taken off for people who are experiencing some type of mental health concern. And up to 15% of working age adults in the US have some type of mental health disorder. So it's important for employers to know that.
And I also think we spend a lot of time at work. I mean, for some of us, we spend half of our waking day at work and in this place.
Yep, we spend a lot of time there. And of course, if your employees aren't feeling well, that can lead to a lot of different issues. So we could have, absenteeism, lower productivity, and also just a lack of creativity. Happy employees tend to be more creative and enthusiastic about coming to work.
What are some common sources of stress in the workplace?
It can be a lot of different things, but some of the big ones I would say are big organizational changes or changes to responsibilities, which a lot of people experienced during and after COVID. There were a lot of shifts, and that can be really stressful. Also, feeling like you are not supported by your manager, or just the work environment itself. So, longer hours, increased workload. People who do shift work can experience a lot of mental health issues.
And sometimes I think as an employee, I would imagine a lot of people think, well, I need a paycheck. There's not much I can do about this. So what can employees do if they're finding a lot of stress in the workplace?
Well, I think that it kind of goes two ways. So important for employers to be able to recognize when employees are feeling burnt out. So maybe they're missing work a lot, or they are more irritable or confrontational. But also for employers to make sure that employees have the resources they need to be mentally well. So employers should have an employee assistance program that employees can access if they're having a mental health concern. And in addition to having it, they should remind employees that it's a resource for them and make sure that employees are getting materials on that, getting reminders not only about an EAP, but also community resources as a whole. Because it's important for employees to know that their employer recognizes that mental health is important.
And as we've talked so much about, Barber Behavioral Health is a good place to start. There are so many resources in our community if you're feeling stress at work or outside of work. And Barber, it's just a good place to start, as we always say.
Absolutely, So certainly our care coordinator is a resource, and we're happy to try to point people in the right direction.
If someone is feeling a lot of stress at work, should they go to their manager? Should they go to, what's a direct?
Absolutely. I think the best course of action is to have a conversation first and foremost with your supervisor or manager. And then also going to human resources to get more information on what resources exist. So, they may have things for employees that employees don't even know about. So just making sure that communication works both ways.
Great. Well, Cecilia, thanks for being here. We love these conversations. Again, all focusing on your mental health.
All right. Thank you so much.
We'll send it over to John with the lookouts.